Hey there, coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and maybe just a few curious souls wondering if you've been tossing a fortune into your change jar. Today, I'm about to blow your mind. Imagine finding a penny, yes, just 1 cent, that's worth $1 million. That's right, our focus today is the 2013 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. What makes it worth a fortune? And could you be holding one right now? Stick around, and we'll dive deep into this million-dollar mystery. Oh, quick story before we jump in. I once found a penny stuck in the couch cushions and thought, cool, free money. Turns out, it was covered in peanut butter. Unfortunately, it wasn't worth $1 million, but maybe yours could be. Let's talk about how, alright, so first things first. What is the 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny? Well, it's just your regular, everyday penny, except it's not. These particular pennies were minted in Philadelphia, which usually doesn't put a mint mark on their coins. No biggie, right? Wrong. The real magic happens when a penny has something special going on, like an error or a unique feature that makes collectors go bananas. And our star today? It's worth $1 million because of a perfect storm of rarity, high demand, and that sweet, sweet error. Here's the scoop of the 2013 no-mint Mark penny has a super rare die error. Some coins were struck with an accidental doubling in the design. That's right, tiny, barely noticeable details like Lincoln's face or the lettering can look slightly doubled. Collectors love these kinds of quirks. Think of it like owning a baseball card where the player's name is misspelled. It's weird, it's rare, and people will pay big bucks for it. Grab your magnifying glass or, let's be honest, zoom in with your phone camera. Check Lincoln's profile, especially his eye and the words, "In God We Trust." If they look doubled or slightly off, you might just have struck gold or copper. Here's the kicker, the condition of the coin matters a lot. If your penny looks like it's been through a garbage disposal, sorry, but it's not fetching $1 million. Coins graded as MS68 or higher, that means nearly perfect condition, are what hit the jackpot. Now, let me tell you, I've spent more time examining pennies than I'd like to admit. One time, I was so sure I'd found a rare penny that I called my friend to celebrate. Turns out, I was holding a Canadian penny. Classic mix-up, right? But hey, it goes to show you never know what treasures could be hiding in plain sight. If you think you found the magical 2013 no-mint Mark penny, don't just sit on it. Get it authenticated by a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Sure, it costs a bit up front, but trust me, spending $50 to confirm you've got a $1 million coin? Totally worth it. Alright, folks, there you have it, the tale of the 2013 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Who would have thought something as humble as a penny could be worth a fortune? This just goes to show, never underestimate the power of small things, whether it's a coin, an opportunity, or that one friend who always picks the cheapest option at lunch. And now, here's the deal, if you found this video helpful, entertaining, or you just like hearing someone ramble about coins, hit that subscribe button. I post videos on coins worth crazy money, strategies to find valuable treasures, and how to avoid peanut butter covered penny disasters. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with a fellow penny pincher, and let me know in the comments what's the coolest coin you've ever found. Alright, folks, let's talk about pennies. Yep, those little copper coins you toss in a jar or find under your couch cushions. What if I told you that one of those tiny coins could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million? Sounds like a dream, right? But dreams come true if you're lucky enough to have the legendary 1992 D Lincoln penny hiding in your collection. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly why this coin is worth so much, how to spot one, and why you should start digging through your change ASAP. But first, let me tell you how I learned this. Picture this: I'm at my grandma's house, rummaging through an old coffee can of coins she kept since the 50s. I'm dreaming of treasure but finding sticky nickels and lint. Then, bam! I found something odd. It wasn't the 1992 D, but that moment sparked my obsession with rare coins. Now here I am, sharing all the secrets with you. Let's dive in. So, what's the deal with this 1992 D penny? What makes it so special? Well, buckle up because this is where the nerdy coin magic happens. The 1992 D penny has a unique feature, a close AM in the word America. That's right, it's all about how close those letters are to each other. If you look closely and the A and M are practically hugging, congratulations. You struck gold, or, copper in this case. Regular pennies from 1992 have a gap between the A and M. But this close AM error? It's super rare and was accidentally created when a proof die meant for collector coins was used in regular production. Now, let's talk numbers. Over 4 billion 1992 pennies were minted in Denver, but only a tiny handful have this close AM error. That rarity is what makes these pennies worth the big bucks. And when I say big bucks, I mean $1.2 million. That's the price one of these bad boys fetched at auction. Imagine buying a penny gumball back in the day, and now that same coin could buy you a mansion. Wild, right? Here's a fun thought, that 1992 D penny could be in your wallet, your kid's piggy bank, or even stuck between your car seats. You're probably thinking, yeah, right, my luck isn't that good. But trust me, crazy finds happen all the time. Just last year, someone in Texas found a 1992 D close AM penny in an old roll of coins they bought for a couple of bucks. They sent it off to get authenticated, and boom, they're now millionaires. Talk about a glow up for a penny. Okay, so how do you find one? Step 1, grab a magnifying glass or your phone's zoom feature. Step 2, check the back of any 1992 D penny you have. Look at the word America, and see if that A and M are cozying up. Step 3, don't freak out if you find one. Instead, get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These folks will give your coin a grade, which determines its value. And that $1.2 million? That's for a near-perfect mint condition coin. Even if yours isn't flawless, you could still pocket tens of thousands of dollars. But let's be real, if you're like me, finding rare coins isn't just about the money. It's the thrill, the what if, and let's face it, the bragging rights. Imagine the conversation at Thanksgiving, oh, this year's been good. Found $1 million penny, no big deal. So, what's the moral of today's story? Never underestimate the power of a penny. That little 1992 D Lincoln penny with the close AM could be the key to financial freedom, or at least a seriously awesome story. Start checking your coins today, because you never know what treasure is waiting in your spare change jar. And hey, if you enjoyed this little coin adventure, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I'm here every week with tips, stories, and strategies to help you turn pocket change into life-changing money. Got questions? Drop them in the comments, and let's chat. Imagine this, you're at the grocery store, fumbling for exact change, and the cashier hands you a penny that could be worth $1.3 million. Yes, a single penny. Sounds like something out of a dream, right? Well, it's not. It's the story of the 1982 D mint mark Lincoln penny. And if you're not checking your change, you could be missing out on a life-changing treasure. Hey there, coin hunters and curious collectors. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting coins out there, the 1982 D Lincoln penny. This little guy is worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Why? What makes it so special? And could one be lurking in your coin jar right now? Let's find out. Okay, here's the deal. 1982 was a big year for pennies. It was like the awkward teenage phase of US coins, lots of changes, some mistakes, and a whole lot of potential. The US Mint decided to switch from copper pennies to zinc pennies coated in copper to save money. Makes sense, right? But during this transition, a few copper pennies from the Denver Mint snuck through the cracks. That's what makes the 1982 D penny so valuable. It's made of copper when it wasn't supposed to be. It's like finding a limited edition sneaker that no one knew existed. Now, before you start frantically dumping out your change jar, let me tell you what to look for. The 1982 D penny will have the D mint mark under the year, but here's the kicker: it needs to weigh 3.11 grams. Why? Because copper pennies are heavier than their zinc counterparts, which weigh 2.5 grams. All you need is a decent scale, like the one you use to measure out coffee beans or spices. And boom, you're halfway to finding a fortune. But let me warn you, don't go stealing your grandma's penny collection without asking. Trust me, I tried that as a kid, didn't end well. So, why is this penny worth $1.3 million? It all comes down to rarity and demand. There are only a handful of confirmed 1982 D copper pennies out there. Coin collectors go wild for these rare finds, and they're willing to shell out big bucks, well, big pennies, for them. In fact, one of these pennies sold at auction for a whopping $1.3 million. That's like winning the lottery without even buying a ticket. You know, I once found an old penny in my couch cushions and thought I'd hit the jackpot. Turns out, it was just covered in chocolate from Halloween. But hey, at least I got a snack out of it. Moral of the story: check your coins carefully and maybe keep the snacks separate. Alright, so you're pumped to start your treasure hunt. What's next? Here are a few tips. First, grab a magnifying glass or a smartphone with a good zoom. Check every penny for the 1982 date and the D mint mark. Weigh your pennies using a digital scale. Remember, 3.11 grams is the magic number. Also, don't forget to check with local coin dealers or attend coin shows. Sometimes, you can find underpriced gems in someone else's collection. And hey, if you're really serious, consider getting a coin book or app to help you track valuable finds. Just don't go quitting your day job to become a full-time penny hunter unless you really, really hate your boss. Then, by all means, go for it. So, let's recap. The 1982 D Lincoln penny is rare because it's made of copper instead of zinc. To find one, look for the D mint mark, weigh your pennies, and hope the universe smiles on you. And if you do find one, congratulations, you're officially richer than most of us in a single coin flip. Before you head off to raid your piggy bank, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Why? Because every week, I'll be bringing you tips on coins worth money, strategies to boost your collection, and maybe even a few stories about my own coin hunting adventures. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. And who knows? The next video might just feature a coin hiding in your wallet right now. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're rummaging through your pocket change, maybe looking for enough to grab a coffee, and bam! You spot a penny worth, wait for it, $1.40 million. That's right, folks, a humble penny, the kind you probably stepped over in a parking lot last week. Today, we're talking about the 1968 S Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin so rare and valuable that it could fund your dream vacation, pay off your student loans, and leave you enough to start a coin collection empire. Buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll be racing to check your loose change. Let's dive into what makes this little guy so special, how you can spot one, and of course, why someone out there would drop $1.4 million for a penny. Yep, you heard me, a single, solitary penny. First, let's talk history, because every valuable coin has a story, and this one's a doozy. The S Mint mark means it was minted in San Francisco, and 1968 was a big year. Vietnam War protests, NASA missions, Woodstock planning. Okay, maybe not Woodstock yet, but it was a time of big cultural shifts. San Francisco's mint was churning out pennies, but here's the catch: some of these pennies were struck with errors. And error coins are like the Beyoncé of the coin world: rare, flawless in their imperfection, and wildly popular. What kind of errors, you ask? Well, we're talking doubled dies, where parts of the coin's design, like Lincoln's profile or the date, appear doubled. It's like Lincoln had a little too much coffee that day and couldn't sit still during the engraving process. These errors make the 1968 S penny a true gem. Now, here's the fun part: how do you know if you've struck gold or copper, I guess? First, flip your penny over and check for that S Mint mark, right under the date. If it's there, congratulations, you're halfway to potential riches. Next, grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's camera to zoom in. Look for signs of doubling. Does the 8 in 1968 look a little funky? Is Lincoln's face doing a double take? If so, you might just have something special. Quick tip from personal experience: don't do this in public like I did once at a grocery store. Let's just say the cashier thought I was either a coin detective or totally losing it. Spoiler alert, it was a little of both. Okay, but why is this tiny coin worth $1.4 million? Here's the deal: coin collectors, or numismatists if you want to sound fancy, are obsessed with rarity and condition. The 1968 S penny is a perfect storm: low mintage, a rare error, and the fact that most people didn't realize these coins were special until years later. Oh, and don't forget, condition matters. If your penny looks like it's been through a washing machine and a toddler's pocket, it's probably not gonna fetch the big bucks. But if it's in near perfect condition? Jackpot! Collectors see these coins as little pieces of history, and they're willing to pay a fortune for the bragging rights of owning one. Plus, it's kinda cool to say, yeah, I own a $1.4 million penny. Instant conversation starter, right? So, what have we learned today, friends? 1. Check your pocket change, you could literally be sitting on a fortune. 2. Keep an eye out for that little S mint mark and any doubling on the coin. And 3. If you find one, don't spend it on a vending machine snack. Trust me, that's not how you want to lose $1.4 million. Before you go, let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I found an old penny in my car's cup holder. I got so excited, thinking it might be worth a ton, only to realize it was from 1989 and worth, well, 1 cent. But hey, that's what got me into coin collecting, and now I'm here sharing these tips with you. If you love hunting for treasure or just want more tips on coins worth serious money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, give this video a like, share it with your fellow treasure hunters, and drop a comment if you've ever found a cool coin. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next lucky person with a $1.4 million penny story to tell. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're digging through your old coin jar, the one that's been sitting in the back of your closet since, forever. You're not expecting much, maybe a few nickels, some dusty pennies, but what if, just what if, you stumbled upon a penny worth $1.5 million? That's right, folks. Today, we're talking about the 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a humble little coin that could literally make you a millionaire. Grab your coffee, grab your coin jar, and stick around because this is a story you don't want to miss. Let's start with the basics. What makes this penny so special? Well, first off, the no-mint mark part. If you've ever looked closely at your coins, you've probably noticed tiny letters like D or S under the date. These indicate where the coin was minted: Denver, San Francisco, etc. But on the 1964 penny, there's nothing. Nada. Zip. This means it was minted in Philadelphia, and here's the kicker: Philadelphia didn't bother to add a mint mark to their coins back then. So, at first glance, it might seem like just another old penny. But trust me, it's anything but ordinary now. What really sets this penny apart is its condition and rarity. You see, most pennies from 1964 have been through the ringer. They've been dropped, scratched, shoved into vending machines, and probably even run over by a few cars. But the ones that survived in pristine condition? Those are the golden tickets, or copper tickets, if you want to be technical. A flawless 1964 no-mint mark penny, graded as MS67 or higher, is worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million on today's market. Here's where it gets crazy: the value isn't just about the year or the lack of a mint mark. Collectors are obsessed with tiny details, like the sharpness of Lincoln's profile, the shine of the copper, and even the tiniest imperfections on the coin's surface. One small scratch can knock off thousands of dollars. It's like the coin version of being a supermodel: every detail has to be perfect. Now, let me tell you a little story. A couple of years ago, I found myself knee-deep in an old shoebox full of random coins at my grandma's house. I wasn't expecting anything valuable, honestly. I was just procrastinating on cleaning the garage. But then, I spotted a penny that looked, well, different. I held it up to the light, and my heart skipped a beat. Could it be a 1964 no-mint mark penny in great condition? For a brief, glorious moment, I was already planning my retirement on a tropical island. Spoiler alert, it wasn't worth $1.5 million. But hey, I did get a solid $5 for it, so it wasn't a total loss, and that's the beauty of coin hunting, isn't it? It's like a treasure hunt in your own home. Every coin has a story, and every once in a while, you might just find one that changes your story forever. So, how do you know if you've struck gold, or, in this case, copper? First, dig through your coin jars, drawers, and maybe even your couch cushions. Look for a 1964 penny with no mint mark. Then, check the condition. Is it shiny? Scratch-free? If it looks promising, consider getting it professionally graded. Trust me, the $50 or so for a grading service is worth it when the coin could fetch over $1 million. and a quick pro tip: don't clean your coins. I know, it's tempting to grab a toothbrush and some soap, but collectors actually prefer the original patina, even if it looks a little dull. Scrubbing it can damage the surface and reduce the value faster than you can say oops. So, there you have it, the 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a tiny piece of copper that could be your ticket to a life-changing payday. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone looking to make a quick buck, it's worth taking a closer look at the coins lying around your house. Who knows? Your next trip down memory lane could lead you straight to the bank. Before you go, here's a quick call to action. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins that are secretly worth a fortune, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be sharing tips, tricks, and stories about coins, treasures, and all things valuable. Plus, who doesn't want more excuses to avoid cleaning the garage? Hey there, treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel where we turn pocket change into potential fortunes. Picture this: you're rifling through your loose change, grumbling about the cost of coffee these days, when bam, a single penny catches your eye. What if I told you that one little penny from 1966, yes, the no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, could be worth a whopping $1.6 million? Yep, you heard that right. $1.6 million. So stick around, because today we're diving into the incredible story behind this ultra-rare coin, how to spot it, and what makes it so valuable. And trust me, you're gonna want to check your change jar after this stuff. Let's set the scene. It's 1966. The Beatles are topping the charts, the US is in the space race, and the mint is cranking out billions of pennies. But here's the kicker: this was a transitional year for the mint. They were ditching mint marks entirely for a short period to curb coin hoarding during a coin shortage. Yep, no D4 Denver, no S4 San Francisco, nada. Most of the 1966 pennies look pretty unremarkable, but a tiny fraction? They're the superstars we're talking about today. Now, why is this coin worth $1.6 million? It all boils down to three things: rarity, condition, and errors. The rare 1966 no-mint mark penny we're discussing wasn't just a normal issue, it has an unusual flaw that makes collectors drool. Imagine the coin equivalent of finding a misprinted baseball card. For these pennies, the errors could be anything from double dies to off-center strikes or even a super crisp, flawless strike that's almost unheard of for the time. Quick side note: I once spent an entire Saturday sorting through my old coin collection. I was convinced I had a rare penny after watching a YouTube video just like this one. Spoiler alert, it was just a really shiny 1999 penny, and I ended up rewarding myself with pizza. But hey, you live and learn. Moral of the story? Don't let your pizza fun distract you from checking your 1966 pennies closely. Back to our $1 million penny, the best known example of this coin hit the auction block a few years ago, graded as MS67, which basically means it's in pristine condition, like it just rolled off the mint's presses yesterday. To give you an idea of how rare that is, most coins you'll find in circulation today are graded far, far lower. Think of it like comparing a perfectly polished Ferrari to a rusted-out station wagon, but here's the exciting part: you don't need to find a flawless MS67 example to strike it rich. Even lower-grade 1966 pennies with errors can fetch thousands of dollars. One lucky collector sold a lightly circulated 1966 penny with a double die for a cool $15,000. Not bad for a coin you might have ignored at the bottom of your junk drawer. So, how do you spot one of these rare gems? First, check the year. No 1966, no dice. Next, inspect it under good lighting or even a magnifying glass. Look for doubling on the date or lettering, those tiny imperfections that make all the difference. And if the coin looks like it's in great shape, consider getting it graded by a professional. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC can confirm if your coin is the real deal and help you determine its true value. Let's not forget the thrill of the hunt. Imagine bragging to your friends, "Oh, this little penny? It's paying for my dream vacation." And the best part? It's possible. Coins like these don't just belong to museums, they turn up in everyday change more often than you'd think. Someone found a rare penny like this at a garage sale. Another spotted one in an old piggy bank. The possibilities are endless. So, what's the takeaway here? Never underestimate the power of your pocket change. That unassuming little coin from 1966 might just be your ticket to a 6 or 7-figure payday. Take some time to check your pennies, it's fun, rewarding, and who knows? You might uncover a piece of history that's worth its weight in gold, or more. Before you dash off to rummage through your coin jars, here's my challenge to you: subscribe to this channel and turn on those notifications. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and stories to help you uncover hidden treasures in your everyday life. Plus, let's face it, we're all here for the thrill of the chase, right? And hey, if you do find that $1 million penny, promise me one thing: drop by the comments and tell us your story. We'd love to celebrate with you and maybe even feature you in a future video. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're rummaging through an old jar of pennies, the one everyone has in the back of their closet, and you stumble upon one that looks a little different. Maybe it's shinier, maybe it has that certain je ne sais quoi. Now, what if I told you that this little copper beauty could be worth a whopping $1.7 million? Yes, you heard that right, million, with an M. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins to uncover the story behind the 1971 mint mark Lincoln penny. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be running to check your own coin collection or that jar in the back of Grandma's pantry. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. So, what's the big deal about the 1971 mint mark penny? First, let's break it down. This penny was minted in San Francisco, which is where the mint mark comes from. San Francisco pennies already tend to be a little more collectible because they were made in smaller quantities compared to pennies from Denver, D, or Philadelphia, no mint mark. But what makes this specific coin so special is its rarity and quality. Now, let's talk about why it's worth $1.7 million. The short answer: this penny is a proof coin, but not just any proof coin. It's a double die obverse. Translation? The front side of the coin, featuring Abraham Lincoln, was accidentally struck twice during the minting process. This creates a doubled image on the letters, numbers, and sometimes even Lincoln's profile. It's like the coin has a shadowy twin. These errors are super rare, and collectors go crazy for them. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine two collectors at an auction. One says, "I'll give you $1.5 million. The other says, "Oh yeah, $1.6 million. And then boom, $1.7 million, final bid. All for a penny. Wild, right? Okay, quick pause for a relatable story. So, a few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, finally tackling the disaster that was my cup holder. I found this penny that looked a bit odd. For a second, I thought, could this be it? Am I holding my golden ticket to early retirement? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Turns out it was just sticky from an old soda spill. But hey, ever since then, I've been obsessed with learning about rare coins, and now I'm here sharing this passion with you all the back to the 1971 penny. If you want to know whether you've got one of these bad boys, here's what to look for: check for the mint mark under the date, look closely at the lettering and numbers for any doubling. You might need a magnifying glass for this, no shame in getting up close and personal with Abe. The coin should have a shiny, mirror-like surface, which is a hallmark of proof coins. And now, let's address the elephant in the room. What if you don't have one? Well, don't sweat it. The good news is that plenty of other valuable pennies are still floating around out there. Keep hunting, because even pennies minted in the millions can have errors that make them worth thousands or even millions. Today. And pro tip: if you think you found a valuable coin, don't clean it. Seriously, even a little cleaning can decrease its value. Instead, take it to a professional coin dealer or appraiser. Alright, let's wrap this up. The 1971 Lincoln penny is a shining example, literally, of how something so small can hold so much value. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone who just likes the thrill of a treasure hunt, this hobby has something for everyone. And who knows? The next millionaire penny could be hiding in your pocket change right now. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth serious cash, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of coin enthusiasts. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you just want to say hi. Hey there, treasure hunters. Have you ever been digging through your pocket change and thought, what if this penny is worth a fortune? Well, today's your lucky day because we're talking about one specific penny that could turn your everyday coin jar into a gold mine, the 2017 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. A penny from 2017, just a few years ago, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. No, this isn't a plot twist from a movie, it's real life. So, grab a drink, maybe even your spare change, and let's dive into the fascinating, and surprisingly profitable, world of coin collecting. Now, I know what you're thinking, how on earth is a 2017 penny worth that much? I've probably spent 20 of these on gum. Don't worry, I'm going to break it all down for you, and you don't need to be a coin expert to follow along. Let's start with the basics. The 2017 D penny, as you probably guessed, was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. This coin features Abraham Lincoln on the front, just like every other penny since 1909. So, what makes it special? This particular penny has a rare error that collectors go absolutely bonkers over. It's called a double die error. Basically, during the minting process, the coin gets stamped twice but slightly misaligned. The result? Letters and numbers on the coin look doubled, almost like they'd had too much coffee. It's a little mistake that turns into a huge payday. Here's where it gets exciting: only a handful of these error coins exist. That's why collectors are willing to shell out $1.8 million for the right one. That's not just lunch money, that's life-changing money. Let me share a little personal anecdote. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, the kind of cleaning where you find French fries that could qualify for an archaeological dig. Anyway, I found a penny that looked kind of funny. The date and letters seemed off. I got curious and Googled it, and while it wasn't worth millions, I ended up selling it for $200. That's the day I realized pennies aren't just spare change, they're tiny, overlooked treasures. So, who knows? Maybe you've got a 2017 D penny with a double die error just chilling in your cup holder. Here's what you need to look for: make sure it has a D4 Denver. If it's a plain penny or an S mint mark, it's not the one. Check the 2017 and the words "In God We Trust." If they look like they're doubled or shadowed, you've hit the jackpot. The better the coin's condition, the higher its value. If it looks like it's been through a war, it might still be valuable but not as much. If you think you found the holy grail of pennies, don't just toss it back in your coin jar. Take it to a professional coin appraiser. You can also submit it to grading companies like PCGS or NGC, who specialize in authenticating and grading coins. Here's the deal: coin collectors are a passionate bunch. They'll pay top dollar for unique finds, especially ones with historical or manufacturing quirks. Think of it like baseball cards or rare sneakers. Scarcity drives value. So, the next time you're fumbling for change at the gas station or cleaning out your couch cushions, don't underestimate that little copper coin. You might just have a piece of history and a hefty payday right under your nose. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth crazy amounts of money, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of coin enthusiasts. I'll be sharing tips, tricks, and stories to help you find treasures in the most unexpected places. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. I'd love to hear your story. Remember, treasure hunting doesn't always involve a map and a pirate ship. Sometimes, it's as simple as checking your pocket change.